Hello, welcome back to Down the Rabbit Hole. Today we're going to be talking about a well-known curse. You might know it as the Hapsburg Curse. Before I do that, please hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications. Help a girl out. Please subscribe. Come on now. Anyway, I'm going to talk about the curse first for this first part. And then I'm going to talk about some famous Habsburgs you might know of or heard of from history. With that being said, let's dive into today's episode, shall we? So, the infamous Archduke Franz Ferdinand was assassinated in 1914, which led to what we know as World War One. And according to the Riverside Daily Press, when he heard his nephew's horrible death, Emperor Franz Joseph I is said to have shouted, "Horrible, horrible, will no horror be spared to me." While that might seem a bit self-centered, the emperor has an unusual amount of tragedy in his life, considering his ancestors, of course. But anyway, so what curse could cause all this pain, aside from that infamous Habsburg jaw after all? Well, according to this, supernatural ravens whose stories show and up whenever something bad was about to happen to the Habsburgs, they were also said to take revenge on a broken promise to protect ravens after some of them saved the Habsburgs prince's life. Now, the house takes its name from the Hapsburg Castle, which was a fortress built in the 1020s, which was a present-day Switzerland. His grandson Otto II was the first to take the fortress named after him, adding the Count of Hapsburg to his title. In 1273, a Count rather seventh-generation descendant, Rudolph of Habsburg, was elected to King of Romans, taking advantage of the extinction of the Babenbergs and his victory over Ottokar II of Bohemia at the Battle of Marchfield in 1278. He also appointed the sons of Duke of Austria and his family moved their power bases to Vienna, where the Habsburg dynasty gained the House of Austria and ruled until 1918. So, the throne of the HRE was continuously occupied by the Habsburgs from 1440 until the extinction of the male line in 1740 and the Habsburg Lorraines from 1765 until its dissolution in 1806. Now the house would produce kings of Bohemia, Hungary, Croatia, Slovenia, Dalmatia, Spain, Portugal, Larmeny, Venetia, Galago, Galicia, Armenia, and their respective colonies, and rulers of several principalities of Low Countries in Italy, numerous bishoprics of the HRE, and in the 19th century, Emperor of the Austria in Austria-Hungary, as well as in one emperor in Mexico. Now the family would have several times in the parallel branches. Many, consequently, into the mid 16th century between the Spanish and the German-Austrian branches, following the abdication of Emperor Charles V in 1556. Although they ruled as distinct territories, there are different branches and nevertheless maintain close relations. Some of them, a lot of close relations, if you catch my drift, frequently intermarried. Members of the Habsburg overseen the Austrian branch in the Order of the Golden Fleece in the Imperial Royal Order in St. George, and the current head of the family is Karl von Habsburg. So, who are some famous Habsburg rulers you may know? Well, one the first one is Ferdinand I, and he was marked as a very significant political challenge, including the revolutions in 1848, and his inability to manage these upheavals led to his abdication, a decision that was ushered into a new era of reform and modernization to the empire. Next is Maximilian I, and he is better known as the Marriage Emperor, significantly expanding the Habsburg influence through strategic marriage. No, I think him and Queen Victoria, generations apart, might have been have something in common. But his matrimonial diplomacy led to the groundwork for the future European dominance of the Habsburg. Next is Rudolph II, and he is remembered as being a patron of the arts and sciences, and his court in Prague would become a cultural hub, abstracting some of the most renowned artists, astronomers, and alchemists of the time. Next, we have Leopold I, and his reign was crucial in consolidating the Habsburgs' power in Europe. And his successful campaigns across the Ottoman Empire, particularly the Siege of Vienna, were significant victories for the Emperor's prestige. So, then we have Joseph II, and he was a proponent of the Enlightenment absolutism implemented in the radical reforms in his empire, and he initiatives includes religious toleration, the abolition of serfdom, and the significant judicial and administrative changes. So, next we have da, 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 Charles VI, and he was the most enduring country. He had the most enduring contribution in the pragmatic sanction in the legal framework that allowed his daughter Maria Theresa to succeed him. And the decision was of lasting implications, which endured the continuation of the Habsburg lineage into a female line. And his granddaughter, would go on to be the Queen of France. Who will be the last Queen of France? Um, well, she was the queen to be beheaded for sure. That will be Marie Antoinette. So, but Charles V presided over a vast empire, famously described as one where the sun never set, and his reign marked a monumental event, including the Protestant Reformation and the expansion of the Ottoman Empire. Speaking of the Ottoman Empire, how many of you have seen this show, The Goldbergs? Yeah, if you have, then you know what I'm talking about. But next on my list, we have a controversial figure, um, Ferdinand II, and he often was a staunch defender of the Catholic faith during the 30 Years' War, playing a crucial role in the destructive conflicts of European history, and his determination, marking dominance within the Holy Roman Empire, significantly influenced the course of the political landscape. Next, I think you already know who this one is. Prince Joseph I. He was his long reign as the Austro-Hungarian through the significant industrial, cultural, and political transformation. He marked the modernization of the empire and burgeoning novelist movement. So, can we guess who my last one I'm going to talk about is? I said her name earlier. Maria Theresa. So, she was the only female ruler in the Habsburg dominions and is celebrated for her wide-ranging reforms in the modernized Austria, and her policies led to the foundation of the Enlightenment era in the empire. But that is it for this episode. I will see y'all next time as we talk about many more fun topics as well. If y'all enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. Again, subscribe and ring that bell for notifications. I do have more videos coming. It is my birthday this month, so I have a blog coming as well. So I'm vlogging like this month, like all the days leading up to my birthday. I do work 2 jobs, so please bear with me as I will get much as I can. And some of these episodes are pre-recorded, so please work with me, like I said. Y'all have a great day.